All right, what's up, YouTubers? So yeah, this is going to be an installation of a front splitter, body kit, whatever you want to call it. Just kind of see here. Got this from extremeonlinestore.com, as well as my aftermarket spoiler here. As you can see, I'm working on my 2015 Cadillac CTS. It's the 2.0 liter turbo. Yeah, so just gonna go ahead and all I did was jack it up. Right, 2 jack stands. You never want to work without your jack stand. Safety first. With my 3-ton jack, and then all I've done is, this is just some hardware that came with the kit. A regular socket drive, millimeter sockets. I want to say, just look up under here and there's a couple here, maybe it's a 9 or an 8, and then there's a couple of screws to take out with just some of these star bits. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the, so what I've done is I've already painted, or I've sanded this front splitter. You can kind of see I just kind of buffed out. This is about 200 bucks. So the quality, this is just primer. Like, again, it was probably like 250 bucks for this. I don't quite remember, but definitely had some terrible paint marks, like drip marks and stuff on it. So I went ahead and sanded it again, of course, and took some, you always want to use a cleaner or degreaser before you paint. So I took some oil remover as well as some Simply Green after I got done sanding, just to get all the dirt and debris away. And yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and put on my first, probably just going to use this Rust-Oleum gloss black, you know, nothing crazy, just a black, to match, you know, the spoiler here. So I also have in here my garage slash storage unit, these guys, purely for aesthetics. As you can see, the one, it kind of came out there. I just got to put that screw back in. But yeah, they're just kind of these carbon fiber things. Pretty sure I got them off Amazon. Supports, just, you know, for looks. So I want to put those on as well. All right, just gonna make sure I do this far enough away from my car. It's a little windy today, so just gonna kind of pull it up here on the hill. It's a good thing I'm using black paint. If I spray paint the dog, nobody'd be able to tell, right? All right, so again, nothing crazy, just sanded it, degreased it. All right, watch out. Go. Get away. So yeah, just kind of, oh, my shadow's in the way there. But there you go. You guys can see a little better, but actually, you know what? The grass is gonna kind of be a bitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and just set this up on the pavement here. There we go. And the key to painting, to any good painting, is good prep equals good paint, and also multiple light coats. So I'll probably go over this 3 to 4 times. But yeah, you guys get the idea, and I'll catch up with you once I put some coats on. All right, so now all you do is you come under here, you know, nice if you set down a nice moving blanket or something. So these, okay, let me get these right here, these flaps, one on this side, on that side. You can see it there a little better. These are just kind of like rain guards, you know, water guards. So you take your 8, let's see there, show, nope, sorry, 7 7mm. And you undo some of these. So there's going to be a couple of these. I think 2. And then 2 of your star bit. I call them star bit, but let's see what it is. This guy right here. And you undo those. So once I get both of those off, I will catch up to you. What is this actually? I think it's a T20. Yep, so your T20 bit. Cool, catch up with you in a minute. All right, so beautiful, there it is. Simple plastic piece. Like I said, just 4 screws, take it out. Go do the other side now. All right, there we are. There's both of them out. And again, same thing. Just these 4 screws to get them out. I don't know why GM didn't just make all of these, you know, the same, whatever. But yeah, 2 of them are the star screws, and then the other 2 are the was it 7mm? Yep. So yeah, I got those out. Now in between, I've been going over to my front splitter, and it's got 3 or 4 coats on it now. And yeah, gonna come over here and just kind of test fit that. Now, anyone who's had a front splitter at this point probably knows that they get banged up pretty good. So this is the first one I've ever put on a car. So I'm not doing a clear coat or anything, because when it gets hit by rocks, and it will, or when I'm a dumbass and pull too far and it scuffs over a curb or something, I can just touch it up with some paint. So, all right, get a little test fit on here. Just want to make sure it's dry. Kind of be something like that. So now, next step is, and I'm putting in these additional aesthetics, if you will. As you can see, the splitter, there's a hole there, and 2 at the end. So where those line up, there are the bolts here. So you just got to make sure you get the right ones. You know, these middle ones, my goodness, it's so close. There's a better view. See these middle ones? I don't think you really need to mess with, as there are no holes here through the middle. So it's pretty much just through the edge here. So I'm just gonna kind of see how this lines up, and yeah, see what holes or what screws I need to take out additionally. So, okay. All right, so I did a little test fit, and the 2 holes here. So yeah, you just need to take out 2 additional bolts, 1 here and 1 here, and then the 2 here go to the end over there. So yep, just 2 additional after you get done with the rain guard front mud flaps, if you will. So all right, next step. Then next, what I think I'm gonna do is just take some Simply Green. This is really good stuff, just an all-purpose cleaner, as you can see. Just get some of these bugs off and dirt and debris kind of from down here. It's also a good chance to check your air duct here, make sure there's no leaves or anything. Mine looks pretty clear, but I just want to clean this up a bit before I put the splitter on, just because I'm an OCD freak. But also just make sure there's no dirt stuff in the way, and yeah. All right, so not a whole lot different, but I just cleaned it up a little bit. And also, you know, before the splitter gets on, I just didn't want to have any bugs or mud or anything in between where the car is and the splitter. So, you know, it's always good to keep your work area clean, and you know, keep all your nuts and bolts organized. This is the new hardware. You know, this is all the old hardware. Of course, the dog keeps flying back and forth in here and laying on my tools and stuff. So yeah, he's a great helper, huh buddy? Yeah. All right, next is to I guess the easiest part would be, so I'm just kind of making sure that's drying. It's a nice sunny day. Make sure you pick a nice sunny day to do this. You know, you don't want to be under here when it's dripping water, and especially if you have to paint yours. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to have the splitter in one hand, have my new hardware in my other hand, and just hopefully get maybe one on each end just to kind of get it settled. And then once I get more in, I can tighten them all down. So here it goes. Now something like that, guys and gals, is what it's going to look like. Now I will say, although I love new and shiny things like most people, sometimes using the new hardware they give to you is worse than if you use the older, less attractive looking stuff. So these are what came out of those holes. There you go, camera. So in comparison, now these ones are thicker, but they are a bit shorter. So these ones do actually grab on a bit more to, there's some plastic in there. So sometimes you really just got to use what's rusty. So you know, I'm just gonna pretty much, I might use these instead, because these ones, if you look under here, I have installed there. Hey, get out! 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 Get out of there! Shh. I have installed here just the one, and I mean, it's holding it up fine. Put the other one in there, and then probably just drill these two, these silver ones here, maybe, because these ones will have to go into the plastic. You know, I actually drill a whole new hole into this. Anyways, you have to drill a new hole, which is fine because it's just plastic. A little Simply Green there. So yeah, I may end up using the old ones. So just food for thought, you know, use what works. I mean, nobody's looking at this screw. No one's, even though it is nice and shiny, I mean, it does hold it, but I don't know, it only had a couple threads that it got into, that it gets into this plastic here, because as you can see, that's where it gets into. It has to get into this. So yeah, just good thing to watch out for. You know, sometimes it's better just to use the old shit. The new stuff, a lot of these aftermarket companies, I mean, this isn't an OEM screw, you know, for this. So a lot of times they're just worse. And then, you know, you end up losing your splitter and it falls off on the road, and then you're really pissed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest on, and then decide, like I said, to put some of the screws in and kind of tighten this up, clean it up a little bit. So, all right, be back in a sec. Also, something I failed to mention before I get too carried away, my plan was to rough fit this, which I am now. I just have the two screws just holding it up. So I want to install these, and actually, so right here would be a good place to install it, because if I reach behind, you know, I have to get a nut on top of this screw here, so I can just drill through this, make a hole, and I can easily get a socket or wrench on the other side of that, tighten it up, and then you know, basically just drill somewhere, you know, if that's up in there. So these angle a lot too, which is nice. They spin and angle, so, and as you spin them, they get longer or shorter. So you can pretty much put this wherever you see best, and just, I don't know, line it up somewhere, you know, possibly something like this. But yeah, so I just got to figure that out and get my drill out. So yep. So also, guys, probably the best way to do this is just take a permanent marker and mark out exactly where you kind of want it before you start doing any drilling, for sure. And then, you know, you can go ahead the extra mile, put on a little thread lock. I always go the extra mile, and you know, for all the new screws that I put in, I'll put that on there as well. So now, also, as Bandit has warned me, and I had sworn to share this with everyone, now it would be proper. So all I'm trying to do is I'm using these lines here in my grill as reference marks. Of course, it's way smarter to just, you know, maybe take some tape, continue these lines down, and you can measure to make sure they're exactly even. But I'm not being super precise with that. I'm probably just going to, you know, kind of eyeball it, and you know, just make sure I'll just get my, you know, get everything lined up. as quick as I can. So, all right, let me take this, put my marks on, take it off, drill some holes, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Show you, so very important when deciding where to place the bottom half of this is to make sure you are far enough away from this lip here, because you have to get the nut in. So, you know, this is pretty much the area that you have to work in. So as long as your hole is in, you know, through here, you should be good. So just wanted to show you guys that. As you guys know, I'm sure, you always want to match the thread of, you know, whatever bolt or screw that you're using with a bit that is just a little bit thinner than what you're going into. So the bit can be the same diameter or less. You know, you can go a little bigger too. You just don't want to get it too sloppy of a hole. But yeah, just a note. All right, so nothing crazy here, guys. Just took your drill bit. There it is. Drill hole. All right. Drill hole. Complicated stuff, I know. All right, hence you get something like that. And next comes putting the splitter back on with my old screws, and then drilling a hole into the splitter, and yeah, just tightening things up. I'm gonna save you guys the expense of all that, because it's pretty much just, you know, pretty much just marking out a hole for this. And as you can see, these are adjustable, and it's really just wherever it looks best to you. You know, I can spin this, and so, you know, nothing crazy. Drill a couple holes, put these in, put the nuts on, and yeah, put it all back in, put the screws back in, and then put those back on after that. And yeah, I'll give you guys the final product here. And here we are. Front splitter with little support bars attached. I just have to go through and tighten everything up, but I'm running out of batteries, so I just want to make sure I got a shot of the final product here. Makes it look a little sharper. You know, nothing crazy. But yeah, give me a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe, and cheers, guys.